I think he's one of the best heavyweights of all time, and his movement is so different. One of the things that was interesting, where they were talking about the fight, and AJ Tony Bellows was talking about when he fought him.
The big question looming over everything is who's stopping this guy? Who is going to stop Oleksandr Usyk?
Prime Usyk at cruiserweight or prime Holyfield at cruiserweight?
Usyk is just different. The fighters are different now. It used to be like skill. Now it's more about conditioning.
You think so?
Yeah.
Rogan calls Oleksandr Usyk the greatest heavyweight of all time. He praises Usyk's incredible footwork and unmatched technique, pointing out how he constantly frustrates and exhausts his opponents in the ring. Rogan emphasizes that Usyk doesn't just beat average fighters. He dominates the best heavyweights of this era and does it more than once. According to Rogan, it's Usyk's intelligence and movement that separates him from the rest. His ability to make elite fighters look ordinary proves that he belongs at the very top of boxing's all-time great. Last fight.
Last Dubois fight.
Yeah. Was it crazy? I saw something the other day. It was like Usyk swimming 5 hours. I was like, oh my God.
He's an animal, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he's so fucking good. He's so good. I mean, you think about what that guy has done. He beat AJ twice. He beat Tyson Fury twice. And now he beat Dubois twice.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
No, it's incredible.
Those are two of the best, of this era. I think he's one of the best of all time. I really do. I think he's one of the best heavyweights of all time. And his movement is so different. One of the things that was interesting, where they were talking about the fight, and AJ Tony Bellows was talking about when he fought him, and AJ was saying that when he fought him, it was the most exhausted he's ever been. Because he's always moving. There's no rest with him.
No rest.
There's
no
like
time
constant,
yeah.
there's constant twitching.
Under fire the whole time.
you're constantly thinking, when is this coming? There's no silent agreements. There's no relaxation. There's no rounds off.
Yeah.
Everything is, he's putting it on you and moving constantly. Like I always say, he's like a giant Lomachenko.
Got it.
They were both trained by the same guy.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, Lomachenko's father trained Usyk as well.
Ah.
Yeah.
So there's something, something.
Obviously, gravity keeps him from moving the way Lomachenko does, because Lomachenko's so small.
Yeah.
He can dance around you.
For sure.
In footwork, just majestic footwork. But Usyk's footwork is there's a bunch of breakdowns of the final combination that he hit Daniel with, and he steps off to the side and lands that fucking left hook from hell. God, it was good. You could see Daniel was already tired. You could see it. It's it's just dealing
There's
with
got to be
movement.
something Lomachenko's dad, some type of philosophy or something. You know what I mean? Like these guys just kind of tap into, because to be a big guy, there's footwork and all that stuff. But I think, man, shout out to the coach, to the dad.
It's skill, man. It's a skillful type of boxing.
Boxing analysts now agree that Oleksandr Usyk has earned his place among the greatest heavyweight legends of all time. Names like Lennox Lewis, Larry Holmes, and Evander Holyfield have long dominated discussions around heavyweight excellence. But Usyk's performances have forced critics and fans to include him in that elite group. His transition from cruiserweight to heavyweight wasn't just successful, it was historic. He didn't just hold his own in a division filled with giants, he outclassed them. Usyk's skills, IQ, and consistency over top-tier opponents make him a complete fighter. He's not just winning fights.
Let's quickly have that conversation then about the best heavyweights of all time. Where? Because I know in your head you've done it already. I mean, you've done about 20,000 videos since the fight. One of those videos must be saying where he's ranked as an all-time top 10 heavyweight.
Oh, I think he has to be in the top 5, if not top 3. No, he has to be. He has to be. And
go on then, name him.
So Muhammad Ali, Lennox Lewis, and I would actually probably say Oleksandr Usyk, just ahead of Larry Holmes.
Okay,
just ahead of Larry Holmes.
Yeah,
I know. Look, those two, Lewis and Ali, their resume speaks for itself. The world title fights, they speak for themselves.
I've sat with him and he has an aura.
You can tell that, even looking at my videos, there's
he
something
walks
different.
in, dude, and you're like, okay, his eyes, they're this very piercing, and you think, you feel like you are in the presence of something very, very special.
Boxing analysts now agree that Oleksandr Usyk has earned his place among the greatest heavyweight legends of all time. Names like Lennox Lewis, Larry Holmes, and Evander Holyfield have long dominated discussions around heavyweight excellence. But Usyk's performances have forced critics and fans to include him in that elite group. His transition from cruiserweight to heavyweight wasn't just successful, it was historic. He didn't just hold his own in a division filled with giants, he outclassed them. Usyk's skills, IQ, and consistency over top-tier opponents make him a complete fighter. He's not just winning fights.
Quick feet, he's got some power, and he's got Andy Lee. Those things make that fight pretty intriguing.
I agree, and if he faces him, I think he, again, will be the heavy favorite. And let's assume he beats him. Do you retire? Do you take another lap around the same block?
Like you said, it's a young 38, and again, I know this is a money game, but the other young heavyweight that I like that's been on a very good run, and we've been impressed with them, Agit Kabayel. And now that's another relatively small heavyweight that's quick-fisted, and he knows how to operate inside. Again, he's already beaten Fury twice. He's fought Joshua twice. When we talk about trilogies, generally it's about 1-1,
right?
Not 2-0.
Exactly.
Although we just had one with Serrano and Taylor, but again, they have limited opposition. But there you have it. Oleksandr Usyk once again becomes undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. And rounding out Boxing Palooza 2025 from the MGM Grand in Las Vegas,
Fabio Wardley, a rising name in the boxing world, had some strong advice for anyone stepping into the ring with Usyk. He pointed out that standard techniques won't be enough. Usyk's defense and movement are too refined for simple jabs and predictable sequences. Wardley believes that a fighter has to be flexible, stubborn, and throw unorthodox combinations, mixing right hooks, left crosses, and feints in order to disrupt Usyk's rhythm. Still, he acknowledged that pulling this off under pressure is easier said than done. Once inside the ring, many fighters find themselves chasing shadows as Usyk calmly controls the pace and space.
Then, well, here it is. Here's your world title shot. You're going to fight for a world title, right? But if you're Joseph Parker, and I spoke to Andy Lee, it isn't just a case of fighting for a world title. You want to fight the number one for the world title, and that guy is Oleksandr Usyk. So, yeah, there must be loads of conversations going on right now. Loads of conversations. I did say this the other day, and I don't know, sometimes I'm like, you know, when I was in the ring and I was interviewing Oleksandr Usyk, I was desperate because of my love for Joseph Parker. I was desperate for Joseph Parker to get. I know he got in the ring after, but I'm talking about on the zone. So whilst everyone is still in the stadium and everyone's still tuned in, I was desperate for him to kind of just jump in the ring. I was desperate for him to do it. Chisora was trying to do. So Chisora knows how to play the game, and as much as people are like, what's Chisora doing? Chisora won't get the fight, but that's kind of what you got to do. And I know people are like, well, 1 second, it's not like that. It's ranking. Well, no, it's not though, is it? Because, again, Oleksandr Usyk can vacate the belt. He can say no. You have to kind of do what Daniel Dubois did last time. Daniel Dubois, rightly or wrongly, got in the ring, pissed Usyk off. Usyk's like, okay, we'll if this is what you're doing, dude, we'll fight. And I felt like there was a time where I wanted Joseph Parker to almost nudge me. And I'm telling you now, you know, we're kind of told not to give the mic. I don't know if you see, I always hold onto the mic. I would have given Joseph Parker the mic. And I would like Joseph Parker because there's a mean side to Joseph Parker. I think everyone sees the friendly side. I've seen the mean side. And I wanted Joseph Parker to say, I want my shot. You've been ducking me. All these things might not be true, but do it. Sell it. The crowd would have gone a bit wild, right? Because I think a lot of the crowd want Joseph Parker to get his shot. But that's not what happened. And all of a sudden, you're seeing Jake Paul in the ring doing a face-off. You're seeing all these, and I'm like, where's Joseph Parker? Where are you, Joseph?
Joe Rogan has frequently spoken about the marvel that is Oleksandr Usyk. He emphasizes how Usyk began his career far smaller than most of the men he now defeats with ease. Despite moving up in weight, he has not just held his ground, he's dominated. Rogan praises his ability to handle massive heavyweights, giants in every sense, with precision and calm. Unlike others who rely on size or brute power, Usyk dissects his opponents, wearing them down both mentally and physically. Rogan believes it's this contrast between his smaller stature and overwhelming effectiveness that makes him so incredible to watch.
And then you found something. How difficult is it when your tactics aren't working, and they weren't working for Daniel? And look, I'm not comparing Oleksandr Usyk to Justice Hooney, but you had to find something and you found it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think that there is a level of belief of I will find it. I can find the way. I will find the way, and maybe some kind of and stubbornness from, especially from my part, probably of like I'm not rolling over. I will find the way. Like I will manage my way out of this situation. I will extend the alphabet past the letter Z until I find the right plan that works here, the right situation, the right combination, the right punch. I will exhaust all options, me personally, and it is a.
No, don't do this to us.
Advice and stuff, and you're just going, your brain's going, this isn't working. Like I don't know what you're on about. Like it's not happening. It's not working. And then you have to get up and you have to G yourself up and get yourself going again. And
former heavyweight champion Shannon Briggs gave a surprising take, saying that if Usyk fought a prime Evander Holyfield, he believes Usyk would win. According to Briggs, Usyk has evolved past being just a technical fighter. His game now revolves around extraordinary conditioning. He said that Usyk used to rely primarily on his footwork and angles, but now he grinds down opponents through relentless pressure and endurance. Even when matched against someone with world-class skills, Usyk's conditioning allows him to keep moving, punching, and controlling the tempo until his opponent cracks. That, Briggs said, is what separates Usyk from everyone else.
Usyk.
Yes.
I think he's incredible.
Incredible.
I mean, I've watched every one of his fights. That dude is on such a different level.
And he's smaller than everybody.
He's fighting giants.
He's fighting giants.
When you're fighting a guy who's 60 pounds heavier with 10-ounce, 12-ounce gloves, it makes such a world of difference.
Especially when the guy is fucking Anthony Joshua, you know?
But please understand, Usyk fought at, I think, 75 when he started out. He's not a big frame guy.
He's like 225, 230 as a heavyweight.
220, not even 230.
Not big. Not big,
and that's
man.
a lot of.
By the way, that was Tyson's weight when he was in his prime too.
Yeah,
there's something to be said for that because a 220-pound man like Mike Tyson can knock out any human being that's ever lived.
Yeah, your jaw.
The amount of power he can generate is insane.
Boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. admitted that he was caught off guard by just how dominant Usyk has been. Speaking on Daniel Dubois, Jones noted that the techniques Dubois used were too basic to overcome someone of Usyk's caliber. He did concede that big heavyweights can potentially beat Usyk, but only with a perfect strategy. Without the right plan, one that mixes pressure, adaptability, and stamina, a fighter stands no chance. Usyk thrives on patterns. Once he reads them, he exploits them. So, while the door may be slightly open for someone to dethrone him, Jones made it clear it won't happen by accident.
Prime Usyk at cruiserweight or prime Holyfield at cruiserweight?
Usyk is just different. The fighters are different now. It used to be like skill. Now it's more about conditioning.
You think so?
Yes, I know so. Because you could be skillful for 4, 5, 6, 7 rounds, but if that guy got that pressure on you and you can't stop it, it's like it's just running your machine too fast. Your machine, you're gonna lose, like you're gonna go down, and they still going up. Like Usyk, he's still going up. 12th round, he's strong as in the first round. He throwing punches like it's the first round. No one else has done that, been able to do that in the history of boxing.
How would you have fought Usyk?
I would have tried to knock him out. You know, but you see, again, me and my best, from my escape plan is, I'm boxing him cool and relaxed. And I'm countering the heck out of him. And I'm also...
Even celebrity chef Gordon Ramsay, a known sports enthusiast, chimed in about Usyk's dominance. Ramsay posed the question that now echoes throughout the boxing world. Who can stop this man? Usyk has gone through the best of this generation, Joshua, Dubois, and others, sometimes more than once. He doesn't just win rematches, he improves in them, further asserting his dominance. Ramsay's remark reflects the feeling of inevitability that surrounds Usyk's fights today. Whoever steps up next isn't expected to win, they're just expected to survive. That's how far Usyk has separated himself from the rest of the division.
Oleksandr Usyk, what did you make of his display against Daniel Dubois last Saturday? It was something else, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was, but it was nothing less than I expected, because if you make a guy quit with a jab, Spencer, you know this, if you make a guy quit with a jab, how is that guy ever going to beat you? You understand me? I mean, that's just what the real facts are. Not that the kid had got a little bit better. He got a little more confidence because he had a win over Joshua, which was good, but confidence is just not enough to beat a guy like Usyk. You got to have some technique. You got to have some grit. You can't lose him with a jab and think you're going to beat him. It's not going to work.
Roy, you was a smaller guy that went up and won the world heavyweight title, one of the only ones to do that from middleweight up to heavyweight. You know, how does someone beat Oleksandr Usyk? Is it the smaller guy? Is it the guy that's coming up in the weight divisions, you know, as opposed to the bigger heavyweights?
No, the bigger guys could beat him. Just gotta have the right fight plan. None of these guys fight him with the right fight plan, and I'm not going to tell them the right fight plan because that's not my job to do. But you gotta have the right fight plan to fight Usyk. If you don't have the right fight plan, he's gonna destroy you.
Tony Bello, who once stepped into the ring with Usyk, gave a brutally honest account of what it felt like. He explained how in the first 6 rounds he actually felt like he was outboxing Usyk. But by the 7th, everything changed. Bellew described a deep, sudden exhaustion that made it hard to keep going. Usyk hadn't landed anything especially devastating. It was just the constant movement, pressure, and activity that wore him down. According to Bello, that's Usyk's secret weapon. He doesn't go for a quick knockout. Instead, he slowly drains you until you're no longer able to defend yourself. Joe Rogan also discussed Anthony Joshua's post-fight comments after facing Usyk. Joshua reportedly told people it was the most exhausting bout of his career, not because of power punches, but because Usyk never stops moving. There are no pauses, no breathers, no time to reset. That constant motion puts a strain on a fighter's legs, lungs, and mind. It becomes a war of attrition, and by the time opponents realize it, they're already behind on the scorecards and running on empty. Rogan emphasized that this is what makes Usyk so dangerous. He forces a high pace while never seeming to tire himself.
At Wembley Stadium, Gordon Ramsay, what a stunning win for Oleksandr Usyk tonight against our very own Daniel Dubois.
Extraordinary. I mean, there's no stopping this man. 38 years of age, and he's got the cardio of a 21-year-old. Extraordinary. Super strong on the jab, super defensive, but just even the dummies, that's what threw Daniel off. And 2 cracking shots there in the 5th. So, yeah, listen, great night for boxing. But the big question looming over everything is who's stopping this guy? Who is going to stop Oleksandr Usyk?
His last 6 fights have had 2 wins against Dubois, 2 wins against Fury, and 2 against Joshua. It's phenomenal. You're right. Who is going to stop him? Could Tyson Fury come out of alleged retirement to beat him in a trilogy? Who knows?
Listen, that would be extraordinary if Tyson did that. But you've got to change your game. You've got to up it. This guy is just extraordinary. We haven't witnessed this in decades. So, you know, we're talking cruiserweight, you know, and he's dominating heavyweight. What does that say? So, thank God he's not in the cruiserweight division anymore.
Usyk himself once revealed a powerful insight into his mindset. He said that motivation is fleeting. Some days it's there, others it's not. According to him, what matters is discipline. He treats training as a daily responsibility, not something driven by emotion or inspiration. This consistency is what has allowed him to rise through the ranks and stay at the top. While others wait to feel ready, Usyk shows up every day. His success, he says, is not about talent alone, but about putting in the work, whether he feels like it or not. That's how champions are built, and Usyk proves it with every fight. Listen, bro, I don't have motivation. I have discipline. Motivation, it's temporary. Today, you have motivation. Tomorrow, wake up early, you don't have motivation. But when I wake up early morning in training, I never have motivation. I have only discipline because when I wake up my team to wake up, and now we go to training, but I don't have motivation. I today not go to a training. No, bro, I don't know motivation is good, but a discipline is be better. That's it for today's video. Stay tuned. Until next.